Ayo, what's up and welcome. I'm the one and only West Coast King, and welcome back to the Save the Crew career. And today we're starting off exactly where we left off last time, and that is the question of Federico Higuain, whether we re-sign him or let him walk and possibly sign the pre-contract that he's been offered from Athletic Club Bilbao in Spain. And you guys, in the comments of last video, I gotta say, didn't help me at all whatsoever, because you guys are dead split on either letting him walk or re-signing him, which is exactly where I'm sitting right now. I don't know. I'm dead split on this thing. I'm just not sure. On one hand, yes, he is a club legend. I'd like to bring him back ideally, but on the other hand, in real life, this is probably his last season with Columbus. He is 32 years old right now. We could get a new designated player in, a new designated player in that spot next season. It makes a lot of sense to not re-sign him. So this is a tough one, man. And situations like this with club legends are always so difficult. I usually try to keep them in the team, but you know what? I think we're gonna stick with the original plan, and that was wait till the end of the season. If he signs a pre-contract right now, that's up to him. It's a good move for him, honestly, to go to Spain, one last shot in Europe. It's not a bad thing. And if he's still here at the end of the season and hasn't committed somewhere else, then we'll look at bringing him back in a reduced role. But for now, we're not going to do anything. If he wants to leave, it's fully up to him whether he can do that or not. Something else that actually caught my eye as I was literally sitting here for about 15 minutes before I started recording this, trying to decide what I wanted to do with Higuain, but I saw this flash up on the screen, and that is, it looks like Montreal are going to have a financial takeover heading into next season. It says the group that's looking to buy them is worth billions of dollars, and they would be willing to back the current manager with hundreds of millions if they secure control of the club. Now, whether that means that they'll actually buy anyone, I would say probably not. I mean, I've seen financial takeovers in MLS, in FIFA before. Nothing ever happens, but it's something to keep an eye on heading into next season. So we are still in the transfer window. We're still in the first week of the transfer window, actually, but our transfer business is pretty much done. Remember, we're only allowed to buy the one player this season, and we already did it. Facundo Ferreira is going to be our next designated player coming in next season. We handled that last episode. So, I mean, I could still sell players, but with the lack of depth we already have on this team, probably not going to be looking into doing that at all. So we're pretty much done with the transfer window. So right now, all we're going to be doing is focusing on picking up points, because we are in a little bit of danger here. Atlanta has pulled away from us. The teams behind us are creeping up. We need to pick up points in a bad way. Right now, we're just looking to secure a playoff spot. We're going to handle our business, pick up as many points as possible. If we close the gap on Atlanta, that's great, but realistically, we need to just focus on getting to the playoffs, because we're actually in danger of letting that slip. So let's get in here. I think we have Minnesota up first today, so let's get this thing done. All right, so here we go. Kickoff in Minnesota, and we're actually rolling with a little bit of a rotated team. We're kind of tired in there, so I have made a couple of changes that hopefully won't hurt us too much. I still think that we're better than Minnesota. Opoku, nice little touch there to hold it up. We get it back for Opoku. It really wasn't, there was lots of runners, but it was all very well covered by Minnesota. I gotta say, they're hanging in there quite well. They haven't quite made as many mistakes as I was hoping they would on defense, so we'll see if we can break them down here. But here comes Zardes. Yes, that's what we're looking for. Zardes! Crossbar! So close! Oh, Martinez is in a little bit of trouble here. That's nice, though. Artur for Zardes. Thiesen's in the way, though. We're getting these chances. We're getting the ball into the box really easily. We're just not quite having the... Oh, God, Zardes is absolutely ripping them apart. That's a great play. And there was Sosa's big chance, and he hit it right at Shuttleworth. Zardes is making things happen. Oh, Finley. Ooh, Zardes, though, gets it back, lays it for Opoku, and Opoku misses. Boys, we gotta score these goals. Two beautifully set up plays by Gyasi Zardes, and I just can't finish them. I really need Higuain in there right now. That's what I need. We don't want to give up a goal here before the half. That would be so undeserved if Minnesota gets something here. Come on, boys. Tighten it up. At the very least, let's just take it into half 0-0. They're cutting right through us right now. Oh, Crognali, good positioning. I thought they were gonna get a goal there. Here we go. Ball for Zardes. Let's just get this to Zardes and let him work. You know what? Let's just try to get him a little bit of space here. Yeah, I think Zardes is at home on the wings. He doesn't get involved enough as a striker. On the wing, you get him the ball in space, and he is terrifying. I mean, everyone just backed up. Cronin, who's a decent midfielder. I've used him in career mode this year. Just didn't want any part of that. Just kept backing off, and eventually Zardes created the space. The finish was perfect as well. Shuttleworth, no chance. There is our goal. Just give the ball to Zardes. Oh, Minnesota's coming forward. That good hold-up play. Oh, it's off the outside of the post. That was a mistake. That was a huge mistake. Nico Hansen is in. Nico Hansen as an emergency striker into the game. I just put him up there because he has pace, and Minnesota almost just gave up the second. If Hansen could finish and not shoot it right down the middle, he could have scored a goal there. Ref, whistle. Seriously, ref. There. Jeez. I thought he was going to give Minnesota another chance, but that is it. A 1-0 win on the road with a pretty rotated team. I'll take that. You know what? That's not too bad. At least it's 3 points we desperately needed. That's fine. You know what? It's good enough. We had to rely fully on Zardes to get that one goal, but it was a banger of a goal. We'll take the 3 points. So some more good news. The club is happy with the progress we've been having with our youth academy, which is kind of to be expected since that's what we're focusing on in this first season. So it's good to see that we're being recognized for that. However, Higuain has another offer in on a pre-contract. This one's from Deportivo. I'll be honest, it's looking more and more likely that he's not going to be here next season. If he's here next year, I'd actually be shocked at this point. All right, so we finally have the final word on Higuain. I got this email saying that the transfer docs had broken down. I was like, yes, maybe he'll stay. And then the very next day, we got the definitive email. Higuain is going to be joining Athletic Club Bilbao next season on a pre-contract. Like I said, fair enough. You know, if he wants to leave, that's his decision. We'll leave it up to him. He feels like he wants to go play in Europe next year, and we can't really say anything about it. So that's fine. We won't have Higuain next year, but that does leave open a new designated player spot, and I probably will spend that spot in the same position at center attacking mid. It's definitely an area where we need a high quality player. Having Sosa last game there, either he's not ready or he's just not going to be good enough. I'm not sure, but he was really not very good in that match. But I'm not sure. I think we're going to go for another designated player in that spot. So some more transfer business to quickly go over here. Sauro has an offer in from, is that Verona? Yeah, Hellas Verona. He accepted it, so it looks like he's probably going to be leaving at the end of the season, which is fine. I really figured that was going to happen. Again, I don't have a spot for him on this team. However, we do have an offer in for Will Trapp. Now, let me preface this by saying this is not, as a matter of fact, wait, where is it? Reject. It's not happening right now, okay? Absolutely not. We're not trading our captain and one of our starting midfielders at this point in the season, especially when we can't replace him this season per our transfer rules. However, this does allow me to bring up the possibility of maybe replacing Will Trapp in the future. And here's the reason why I kind of feel like that might be necessary. In FIFA, he's not a good player. In real life, I really like the guy. I think he's a really, really talented young midfielder, but not a good player in FIFA. Physically, he is a liability. He's only, what, 5'5", 5'6", 5'7" on a good day? I'm not really sure. He's somewhere in there. Kind of a small dude. With only like 55 or 60 sprint speed, he just can't cover the ground in the midfield. And I feel like we're exposed in there sometimes because he really can't cover that ground. And they just kind of walk right through us sometimes because he just can't get around. So, again, not happening now, obviously. But possibly, I just kind of want to get you guys' feelings on maybe replacing him because I'm kind of struggling to find a reason to put this guy on the field at this point. Now, I don't usually do this, but there's actually kind of an important MLS transfer that just happened here. BWP, Bradley Wright Phillips, is gone to Udinese for $7 million. Not on a pre-contract, not for free. They actually sold him, which is kind of impressive. But at the same time, I feel like that's highly unrealistic as he's 32 years old, and I believe he's probably going to end his career with New York Red Bulls. But that's a major competitor gone from the Eastern Conference. I really don't think New York's going to be very competitive now. And on top of that, they just came in with a loan offer after this for Adam John from us. Like, that's going to fill that void. I don't really understand that logic at all. But, yeah, BWP is gone, which is kind of shocking. All right, it is match day once again, and we have a pretty important matchup right here. We have Philadelphia coming to town. They had a really, really good start to the season. Fallen off recently. They've actually fallen out of the playoff spots altogether. Though they are hanging around, we are just narrowly clinging to second place still. So this is a big game for both teams. If we want to hang in that second place spot and keep pace with Atlanta, we're starting to narrowly close the gap a little bit. But if we want to stay in there, we got to keep getting these points. I feel like this is a team that we should be able to beat at home, especially when we're fully rested and fully healthy and ready to go. So let's get out there and see if we can put a little win streak together. It's been a while since we've won, I think, back-to-back games. It'd be nice to get that going here. All right, kickoff in sunny Columbus for this one. And this is actually pretty good Philadelphia team, at least on paper. I like their midfield of Madunian and Derek Jones. It's a pretty decent midfield, and of course they have David Accam now in that team, which I completely forgot about. That should be a little bit scary. Up here for Affel. Affel's gonna play this up the line, and there is Zard. What a good ball from Harrison Affel. Zardes puts it in there. Higuain! Off the... How in the world did that not go in? All right, it's Herbers out on the wing. Fabinho. Oh, that was a good move from Herbers. In for Bedoya, and there's Mensa. I think Affel actually just gave that back to Bedoya. Oh, that was unfortunate. Zach Steffen. Heroic save sliding in at the feet of CJ Sapong. Let's pull this in, and up for Opoku. Very nice. Opoku. Or Derek Jones. And that's a problem, because Sapong is through. Oh, but Mensa gets across and covers. Wow. And that's the end of a very, very bad first half from us. That was just so sloppy. As good as we were against Minnesota, had nothing to show for it. I'm happy it's 0-0 heading into half here, because that was atrocious. All right, you know what? This is what worked for us against Minnesota. When everything else failed, it's just get the ball to Zardes and see what he can do with it. Here is Zardes now on it. He's going to create. Oh, Zardes is just so freaking good. It's still Zardes, and Fabinho jumps in front and blocks that. Otherwise, I think Zardes might have just done the whole thing himself again. All right, free kick for Philly here. That's in a good spot. Mensa not playing around. I'm kind of happy he did that. It was a very bad spot to leave that for your goalkeeper. Woo! Steffen had to make a save there. Philly's been closer to scoring than we have. This has just been a bad match for us. Well, Poku is not giving in to Sapong on that side, finally, because he was earlier, and it was really beginning to piss me off. But here comes Zardes. Very nice play from Zardes, all the way through. Gyasi Zardes! That was so patient. He did like two little stutter steps in there that were just exquisite and froze the entire defense. It is the Gyasi Zardes show here today. Thank God he is stepping up, because the rest of the team, I'll be honest, has just been a disaster. Look at that little move, that patience right there. I thought about cutting it to the right foot and having a shot. Took it around the defenders. Zardes is having a day. That actually went off of Andre Blake's hand as well. Almost got the save. Wow. We've got this late goal. That's an interesting ball in the 90th minute. What in the world are they doing? Please don't be a corner. That's going to be a corner, isn't it? How in the world did they get a corner from that? Give me a break, man. Come on. Uh-oh. That's to the top of the box. We overran that. Oh, it's wide of the post. In stoppage time, we almost gave it away again. We are hanging on by a thread. Oh, here we go. Ball slid through for Higuain. Foul? How is there no... The ref That's the end of the game. I have those plays like that 2, 3, 4 times a game where I don't get a foul. It looked like a clear foul. Higuain was in position, got to touch the ball, I just got shoved onto his face. Okay, whatever. It's another 3 points, another 1-0 victory on the back of a great individual play by Giassi Zardes. And that's back-to-back wins. Oh my goodness. All right, so because I just played Philadelphia and I haven't simmed a game in a long time, I'm going to sim this next one. We're away to Philly now, and thinking back on it, I probably should have simmed the one at home. That probably would have been a little bit easier match for us, but nonetheless, here we are. We could really do with another win here, if I'm honest, though I'd be happy with a draw, but I do think with the form that Philadelphia is in, we could possibly get a win from this. Santos gets on the board right away. That's a good sign, and a 1-1 draw. Okay, we got the point. Bedoya scored an 84th minute equalizer, and Artur picked up a knock. Let's find out how bad that is. That could have gone better, if I'm honest. I would have actually just rather lost the game and not picked up this injury, but Artur's going to miss the next, basically, 2 months with a torn hip flexor. He'll be back before the playoffs, assuming we do stay in a playoff position, and by the way, we're actually looking really good for that now. We've done really well this month, so that was big for us. But yeah, that hurts. We're going to be losing probably what's been our best central midfielder this season. That really hurts. And I was going to go ahead and end the episode there for today. However, New England have seemed to have grown a pair recently, and they've decided to pay the release clause for our young goalkeeper, Zach Steffen. That will not be happening. I was going to offer him a new deal anyway right now because he's on like a 1.5 years left on his current contract. He'd be going into, expiring contract next season. I want to avoid that. So I don't really care if they paid that release clause. He was getting a new contract. Let's go ahead and go lock up Zach Steffen for, I don't know, the rest of his life. So now I usually only show you this for designated players, and I'm really hoping that that's not what this is about to be. If Zach Steffen ends up taking a designated player spot, I will give it to him. I don't think that's going to happen though, but that would be really unfortunate because like I said, I want to use that designated player spot probably on a new center attacking mid next season. So yeah, let's hope that Steffen isn't a designated player. I'll give him a crucial squad role. I mean, obviously he's the starter on this team. Contract length 4 years. Can I just go ahead and make it 5, or are you only going to go for 4? Yeah, 5. That's good. 5, lifetimes if we could do that. Whatever. He isn't looking to add a release clause. Zach, that's my boy right there. He knows what's up. Proof for life. I like it. Yeah, definitely accept no release clause. And here is the big one though. They aren't even gonna throw in a wage to work off of. I was really hoping they'd come out and kind of throw the initial numbers out there, but okay, we're gonna go ahead and offer. He's on 3,800 numbers. I got it. 3,800 per week in wages. I don't want to piss him off. I think 7 will get it done. And I'm going to go ahead and give him $100,000, but we have tons of money. It really doesn't make a difference. I just want to keep him under that designated player value of $12,000 though per week. So that should get it done. I would think the $100,000 is probably a huge part of that. So boom, there it is. Zach Steffen, done and dusted. He won't be going anywhere for the entirety of this series. Okay, so now I think we can go ahead and safely end the episode here for today. And if you look at that, we are creeping up on Atlanta. They haven't won a game today. They also haven't lost a game today, but I think they've drawn every single match that they've played. We're only 2 points back of them now. If we could have beaten Philadelphia, we'd be tied with them on points. Although they do still have 2 games in hand on us, so it's really not as close as it might look right now. It could be as much as, 8 points. So we'll have to wait and see how that all pans out. But the more important thing is we've put a little bit of breathing room between us and the rest of the pack, which is pretty close. I mean, Orlando on 33, NYCFC on 32, Philly and Toronto on 28, even DC's on 26. It's very close in the Eastern Conference. And next episode, we'll start off with a big match against RSL away at Rio Tinto. They're having a good season on 34 points. And then we have the quarterfinal of the US Open Cup against number 1 place LA Galaxy as well. So big matches on the horizon. We're starting to, I feel like we're starting to pull it together. Losing Archer's a bit of a ding on us, but that's okay. We'll get through it. We have players to cover that spot for right now, so we'll keep pushing. And I think we're actually starting to get that momentum, turning the corner into the second half of the season and maybe heading into the playoffs as well. So it's looking good. It's coming together. I like where we're headed. So that's it for this one. If you did enjoy it, make sure to let me know by leaving a like below. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you when we come back for some more Save the Crew. See ya.